Hello guys. Hi, hope you're doing fine. Today we are going to discuss about the arrays, like why arrays are important, why we need them in programming, okay, and what is the purpose of using the arrays. So a single array variable, it can reference a large collection of data. And most of the time we will have to store a large number of values during the execution of the program. Let's say I want to read 100 numbers. Like, okay, for these 100 number, I also want to compute the average, okay, and also find out how many times or how many numbers are above this particular average. And our program in this simple case is going to read the numbers and compute the average. Then the program compares each number with the average to determine whether it is above the average or not. And in order to accomplish this task, the number must be stored in, all of these numbers must be stored in the particular variables and different variables as well. And we have to declare 100 variables and repeatedly write almost identical code 100 times. And writing the program this way, it will be very impractical, like because we are repeating some most of the things, like it's like redundancy, the code is redundant. And in programming we specifically follow a technique that we call it as DRY technique, like do not repeat yourself. So this is not a good way that I have to declare 100 variables each time in order to store 100 values like that. So how we are going to solve this problem? So a very efficient and organized approach is needed for to solve this type of the programming problems. And all the other high level languages, like maybe you can say Java or C++ or C Sharp, they all, or even Python, they provide, you can say, a data structure that is array in Java and all that. Python, and you have list or list like that, which store a fixed size sequence, or you can say sequential collection of the elements that has the same type. So in this case, what we have to do is I will just store all 100 numbers into an array and then access them with the help of a single array variable. Okay, so let me just explain this topic with the help of the code. So I'm going to wait, array example. I'm going to write some code here. Let me give you 1 minute. All right, there we go. We got this one. Okay, so this is like the array. I'm going to write some logic in here. So if we talk about the arrays, how to use the arrays, array can be used in almost any programming language. Declaring and defining the array elements, there are two basic requirements that need to be met before you can start using any array. How we can declare an array? Okay, so I'm going to write the main method here. Let's say psvm static void main, and I'm going to write the comment here for declaring the array. It could be of any type, so I'm going to declare an array of integer type is equal to new, you can say 10. Okay, so here what we have done, we have declared 10 elements in the array like that. So array has been declared with the name. The name is, we just defined it as an array, and the array can store a list of 10 integers. We need to populate the array. And how we can populate the array with every index, there are different ways that you can use to populate the array, because every array contain index and values. Okay, like for example, if I'm going to say array 0 is equal to 5, that means that we are saying at index 0 the value is 5, like that. So at index 0 the value is 5. Same is the case, I just populate one index in the array, and index of the array always start from 0. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to populate all the arrays with different values. One is this way. Second way to populate the array is like, okay, I can declare the array and populate them at the same time, just like that. Like for example, I'm going to say array 2 equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, like that. Okay. And I can declare the array like that, but let me just put the sign here like this. Okay. We declare and populate the array at the same time. Declare and same time like that. And also we can access the array element with the help of their index, or with the help of, at any particular position, like gaining access to the array after it has been created and populated is very easy. Like if you know what position that element occupies. And going back to the example that we just wrote, we can say that the value that we need to, let's say for 12, okay, if we want to access this value, we will particularly look for their index. So to gain access to this value, we need to know two things: the name of the array itself, that an array that the value is the part of, and the position of the value in that particular array. Like from our example, we can say that, okay, this 12 is present in the array 2, and it is at least 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 index. It's present at the 6 index. So if I want to print it out, let's say array 2 that is present at the 6 index. So now let's try what is going to be the output here. Okay, you see, it gives us that at index 6, the value that is present is 12. And also, if we need to print out all the variables or all the indexes values in a particular array, then what we are going to use is we are going to use the for loop or any type of loop basically, but normally we use for loop to iterate into the arrays. How we can do that? Let me just put this line into the comments, just like that. And then I'm going to say here for int I is equal to 0, I is less than array 2 dot length and I plus plus. I'm going to print out array 2 and I. Okay, if I run this code right now, you will see what will be the output in this case. That is 0. You see, I can see all the elements that is there. It has been printed out with the help of the for loop. I just printed out the values like that. Declaring the array, accessing the any element, or iterating with that, all these are the basic introduction of the array, like how the array is actually processing. Okay, array could be of any data type. It doesn't matter, like integer, float, or double, characters, string, anything. So we initialize the array, we populate the array, we access the element, and also we can use for loop, or we can also use for each loop in this case as well. Okay, and I hope you understand this lecture of today. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comments. I will be happy to answer. Take care and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.